What's up, guys? My name is Ariel Moser, and I'm going to be talking about Dehancer Pro, a film emulation package that allows you to get a cinematic look with ease. Dehancer reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to do a review, and I was interested from the beginning. I've been in this business a very long time, and trying to nail down a particular look for your project can sometimes be a daunting task, but Dehancer has taken the guesswork out of all of that. So join me as we kind of look at, a few steps just to try to get a look that we can pretty much resemble the look of Hollywood. First thing I like to do is make sure that the project is set up correctly. I'm going to color management, make sure our settings here are correct. DaVinci YRGB, color managed. Input color space is DaVinci wide gamut. Timeline color space, DaVinci wide gamut, and DaVinci intermediate. So forth and so on here. We'll close that out. And we'll move over to our first clip here. And this film here is a part of a short film that I shot a little while back. So it's a horror film. First thing I like to do is set up my node tree here. Let's create a few nodes. Get those. And let's go ahead and get those labeled. Add some noise reduction. And this here, I like to start with balancing it out. So this is going to be HDR. Do some contrast, some saturation. I actually forgot to add my first CST node. That's very important. It's color space transform. We're gonna leave those open. You can always delete them later. This will be my second color space transform. And then we'll have our Dehancer look here. Okay, so here we go. So let's go ahead and get this transformed here. Gamut. Media. Actually, I'm sorry, let me go back. That should be like maybe design 5 and then film Gen 5. This is DaVinci wide gamut and intermediate. And then we'll jump over to the second color space transform, and that will be DaVinci wide gamut, intermediate, Rec 709 here, have a color correction monitor, a dedicated color correction monitor separate from my iMac that I'm using. So here we're going to go gamma 2.4. Of course, the image is a little dark, but that's to be expected. So we will go here to the HDR node. Make sure that the HDR wheels are on. And I like to just go ahead and bring up that brightness a little bit there. Okay. Bring up those levels. And so we'll jump over here to the primary wheels and we'll bring it up just a little bit. Lift. That's the tag. Shadows a little bit. And the main thing is it takes a lot of trial and error just to kind of get the look that you're going for. And so let's go ahead and even though the image is still a little dark, let's go back here to HDR. Shadow there. And a little bit of saturation. Not too much. Now, of course, we don't have our image what we want yet, but we'll get there. So with saturation, I like to use HSV. And so what I will do is go here and change the color space to HSV. And then you want to put it on channel 2. So you'll turn channels 1 and 3 off. And you're able to control saturation by the gain color wheel here. Turn that down just a little bit. Starting to kind of come alive a little bit there. Okay. Now, we do have a little bit of noise, so let me just play around with that for a second here. See how that is going to affect our image. It does allow the computer to work a little bit harder, so we will turn that off just to make sure that the computer is running at optimal performance for the sake of this tutorial. But as you can see, it's already starting to clear up that that noise there. A little too much there. Okay, it looks pretty good there. But just for now, we'll keep that turned off. So now let's go ahead and apply Dehancer. And when you first apply Dehancer, of course, it has the green image, which, hey, it's okay for me because I know that's not going to be our final look. What I like to do is, of course, you have several different source choices here. And we're going to change that to DaVinci Wide Gamut. I like to just kind of go in and make a few adjustments. Again, this is a horror film, so it's not gonna. I particularly don't like perfect images, perfect lighting, and so I like for my images, especially horrors, thrillers, things of that nature, to you know, have more of a dark feel to it. So let's see. I am going to come down here, and we want to look for Kodak Vision. There's different film prints that you have here, and we can just go through them and just see kind of what look, you know, that you want to give it. And of course, there's literature on here so that you can actually understand how these film stocks actually work. You can see what your favorite films were shot on, and actually you choose a film stock that would be better suited for your project. So I think I want to land on that particular stock, Kodak Vision 3 200T. Let's see here. And of course, let me turn off just for now. Let me collapse this. Everything is open here. I want to disable the film grain just for now. We'll come back to that a little later. Kind of clean things up a little bit. All right, so you have your let's see, your film developer. Let's see if that does anything there. Well, I have to enable it first. Camera correction. I mean, this is just, it blows me away. I mean, you just couldn't do this years ago. I mean, you can saturate it or you can take out some of the color. So we'll leave that there. You have your film compression. It'll help if I enable these sections. Slight adjustments there. I'll leave that there. At your white point. Your tonal range. Color density. That's not changing too much there. Go down to, let's see, I don't do much with the expand. Let's see, the print. Print, I typically will leave it on linear, but just to give you an idea of what other prints may look like. That's the Fuji Film 3513. This is the Kodak 2383. That's a nice look there. And you have the Kodak Euro Glossy. So let's see, linear. I like the Kodak 2383. Let's see. Color density. This is great because it allows you to adjust the color depth of the look. When you have your saturation, I typically will keep that at 100. Let's see, you have your color head. I don't do too much there. Of course, we have film grain. I like the 65 millimeter ISO of 250. So if we go all the way, it's like that. Pull it back. That's looking pretty good. Of course, we have some halation. Let's see if we put the mask on. You can't see anything. This will typically allow us to see where the halation is falling. And see somewhat of a red tint. We'll back it off just a little bit right there. And we have bloom. What's bloom? Let's see. Bloom is definitely gonna give you that dreamy look, dreamy feel of film. Turn it off. It's nice there, nice look. Yeah, film damage. Yeah, film breathe. I typically don't go here with any of these options, but just for the sake of the tutorial, just kind of sample those. You have overscan. Of course, it gives you the 4/3 look, widescreen, Super 8mm, Panavision. That's pretty cool. Need normal, need sharp, need rounded. Of course, you have vertical scale, all that good stuff. Adjust each type. Focus. Okay, turn that off. You have vignette. Let's see. So I definitely would use a vignette on this particular film. Being a horror. So that quick. And of course, we can go in and dial in a little bit more and get different results, you know, but we're able to come up with that pretty quickly. What I would do is to move on to our second look. Normally I would just grab a still, move to the next clip, of course, find your hero shot. I'd paste that. And of course, it's gonna not look its best right away, but we'll go in and make some necessary adjustments. Let's bring down the exposure a little bit here. That's pretty good. And we're going to go up to saturation. Take down the saturation just a little bit. That's looking pretty good there. And let's see if we can balance this out a little bit more. I'd go here, and this would be my secondaries. And I would probably do here. Let's see. I'm going to adjust For saturation, we want to take maybe some of that blue out. Just a tad bit, not too much. Like that. And let's go back over here to Dehancer. Let's get to the vignette. I think I want to bring down. This is a oil. So this needs to be a little bit darker. Now on this particular actress here, her face is too clean, and so what I would do is I would go in and see if I can try this earlier, but it may or may not work for me. Let's take a look. I'll do some face refinement. So this will allow me to adjust the tonal features of her face and give her a more menacing look, a scarier look. And again, I'm really impressed with what you're able to do at this point, because before we just didn't have these tools to achieve certain looks. Let that finish. So let's see, let's turn off the overlay. So we're going to go in here. Smoothing threshold. So already that's changing her facial features there. But you can see the difference here. See if that's her normal look, and it's starting to really make her look a little aged there. Add some texture, not too much. Let's see. So we're gonna go, let's see, we'll stay there. Put a little shine. keep those bags. So you kind of get the idea. And so we're going to leave it there just for the moment. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Okay. So just like that, we're able to achieve a quick look. Of course, I copied that look over from the first clip and just made a few adjustments to kind of get that look. So from this clip, going over to this clip here, we were able to achieve a look in a matter of moments. Now we're going to move over to a totally different image here. It's kind of a look of nature, just to kind of see what kind of look we can get here. I know it's going to start off a little different here, but we'll go in and make some adjustments. Let's see here. Bring down the exposure. Okay. Now we're going to play around with getting it balanced out. Saturation. Okay, let's take some of that saturation out. Pull it back a little bit. That's already looking pretty good there. Let's maybe add a little bit of contrast to it. Let's see. Now with this, we can go in here with Dehancer and let's see. Well, let me add a little bit saturation back to it. So I'll go ahead and Dehancer. Let's play around with some different film prints. Let's try the most popular film print, the Kodak. Let's see, Kodak Vision 3 day. Now that just popped alive there. Color density. I think here we take some grain. We're gonna take that down just a little bit. Looks like there's a tad bit of too much green in there. Let's see. We are going to stick that down just a little bit. Too much, maybe. Okay. Now, add a little noise reduction in there if we need to. Of course, that'll make it run a little slow, so we'll keep that turned off. Let's go ahead and grab a still here, and we're going to move over to the next clip here, and let's just see how that looks. So right off, we'll need to make some adjustments. We'll bring down the brightness. Bring those highlights back. And let's get this balanced out. Like that right there. Let's see. Let's bring some. Let's see. That's looking real good. We'll probably take some of the yellow out of there. Let's see. Just a little bit there. Actually, now let's do it like this. Let's just go here. Right here. It's looking real good. Actually, let me go back to this one. Let's, there we go. Okay. And there you have it, guys. We were able to achieve a cinematic film look in a matter of moments. Head on over to Dehancer Pro and give it a try, and you can go ahead and read up about it and get your 10% discount, whether you're on DaVinci Resolve, Premiere, After Effects, Final Cut Pro. You can take advantage of all of these tools from Dehancer Pro that will allow you to get that cinematic look that you have always wanted. And again, right now, the lifetime package is $449, but you get the 10% off that. If you choose to do a 1-year subscription or 6-month or 3-month subscription, of course you see those totals there respectively, and you'll still get that 10% using my code. Now I do want to quickly mention that also Dehancer has the app for the phone as well, which allows you to do much of the same thing that you can do on the desktop, which you can work with your exposure. There's several different presets that you have that you can use, but you can also go in and edit the exposure, choose your film print, tonal contrast, adjust saturation, a lot of different things that you can do to make your iPhone footage stand out just like you would do with your regular content. And so it's $89.99, you know, for the app on your iPhone. That's a really good price. So check it out, guys.